Hi, I'm Jessica James, founder of Madilyn James, and welcome to the Maddie Minute. This is the official podcast for Madilyn James, your destination for inspiration, insight, and actionable advice in the world of retail and entrepreneurship. Each week, we bring you bite-sized episodes packed with real stories, industry trends, and practical tips designed for business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, and anyone passionate about building a brand with purpose and authenticity. Today's guest is Aleena Dhar, founder of House of Alkara, a luxury brand where art meets design. Transitioning from tech consulting, Aleena built a label known for hand-painted apparel and art-inspired gemstone jewelry, all made in collaboration with artisans. House of Alkara honors tradition, supports artisans, and champions sustainability in every collection, creating stylish, meaningful pieces designed to empower and inspire modern women. Welcome, Aleena.
Thank you, Jessica.
Do you want to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Aleena Dhar. I'm founder of House of Alkara. And as you mentioned, it's a brand where art meets fashion. And we create handcrafted, hand-painted apparel and gemstone jewelries. These are sterling jewelry with sterling silver with gold plated, gold polished with precious and precious gemstones. Everything's comes under fine jewelry bracket. And every piece tells a story. For me, it's all about bringing creativity, culture, and craftsmanship under one umbrella.
That's amazing. Why did you start your business?
Well, honestly, it came from my love for design and art. Um, I come from technology background, but this passion was always there. It was brewing. And then at some point, I said, yeah, this is it. I need to start this. I wanted to build something that wasn't just beautiful, but meaningful. Something that celebrates heritage, but also speaking to a global audience. And just as important, it was about giving artisans and craftspeople a platform to grow, to get inspired, and to shine.
And I think
Because,
that's something oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was adding that, during COVID, a lot of these artisans actually moved to different industry because of lack of proper opportunity. And uh, once I realized that, it actually broke my heart because there were so many different things that were amazing that was just disappearing because of lack of opportunity. So I wanted to bring that back and
That's
creating a
amazing. And that
platform.
probably answers my
Mhm.
question, which is what is unique about your business. I think you just addressed that. So let's move on to what is important for people to know, in your opinion, about the fashion industry.
I would say, I think people need to know that fashion has huge impact to our nature, our environment, and it's not necessarily always very positive. I don't want to give a very gloomy look face to that, but one has to be very aware of what they are getting into. That's why sustainability is so important to us. It's very important to our planet, which is our home. So, because of that in mind, we have started creating very small batches, small volumes. We avoid waste by doing that. And we use our recycled fabric, thread, cut work, whatever comes out of our construction. And we give it to our another vendor who uses all these recycled pieces and creates a recycled bag, paper bag, boxes. These are the ones that we hand out to our customers when they purchase anything from us. And now we are going to add few other things like hair bands and clutches. So we are working on that. So our manufacturing unit, which where we create everything from scratch, is also our R&D lab, where we do a lot of experiment in what kind of products we can come and bring, in our next season and all. And recycled material waste product is a big part of that, where we are trying to see how to reuse them.
Very clever and admirable. That has to make you feel good about being in the fashion industry, I would think.
Thank you. Yeah.
What lessons would you share with others about becoming just a business owner in general?
Um, uh, I would say the biggest lesson would be, which actually I have that in my heart, is to stay true to your vision. It's sometimes not very easy because there's a lot of distraction happens, as you're starting up new, and you see this opportunity, that opportunity coming in, and all this meddles your head. So don't get lost in that noise. It's tempting to do everything at the same time, and somebody like me who has too much energy, but it just starts getting on you.
Yep.
Uh, Focus is extremely important. So build around your core strength. Think about it. What is it? Whatever is your core strength, write it down probably in a piece of paper, go over it, and take small and steady steps. And remember, it's not just running a business. It's about building something that feels authentic and true to yourself and who you really are. So I
Fantastic.
would, yeah.
What inspired your bold leap from technology consulting to founding a luxury fashion brand focused on art and sustainability in 2023?
So I would say what inspired me was deep passion towards art and creativity. Though technology had a lot of creativity, I wanted something that I will use my hand and my creative mind to get in to indulge myself into creating something from nothing. So that power of manifesting something from nothing was extremely it is addictive. And I was feeling that, in me, that, I need to start creating that. I had so many ideas that I wanted to bring in into not just on paper, but into something that can be worn and
Sure.
appreciated and feel empowered. So woman empowerment is a big thing in our vision. And I wanted to do that through um, not just because technology, of course, is part of my business as well. I'm using a
Right.
lot of tech behind the scene. I would say AI and all that. So as we're moving into the AI world, I would say embrace that, because it there's always something positive out of it, and not everything is negative. And that also has a lot of creativity that can help you in injecting that in your brand or whatever you're creating. So me coming from that, I'm speaking of AI and fashion together. But yes, 2023, 2024, I was thinking about all that, building something ground up, something more tangible, and something that women would wear and feel very different, very unique, something that they can showcase. And that empowerment comes in making them feel unique, making them feel uh, loved, that freedom, that fearlessness. It's all about how you carry yourself out. So I want to showcase that in my blogs. I'm writing styling guide, how to wear certain things that maybe you're not comfortable, but it gives you those elements. And when you go out and people ask you about it, these are conversational storytelling things that you go about talking about, and you feel so empowered that you are wearing something that nobody else has. And there's so much story and so much volume behind the scene that you can bring it out to other people.
I love how you're so passionate about it as well.
Thank you, my dear. I think I went round and round in answering that last question, but
No, it's perfect. How do you blend traditional artisan techniques with modern design to create hand-painted apparel and gemstone jewelry?
so let's say a design, I pick a design from somewhere. So when I say heritage, culture, all that, it is all around the world. So I travel a lot. I pick something from somewhere as an idea. I put it in a sheet of in a piece of paper. Then if that gets approved by our artisans, we create the CAD, or they just do freehand painting of that piece. Then we look at it and see if that piece depicts something that we are thinking about. But the idea came from somewhere in some countries, some piece, a medallion or a piece of their cultural, some design. But then we put it in a way, and then the construction of the dress or whatever it is based on today's trending designs or something that people can relate to. But at the same time, the pieces or the elements are based on those, as you say, tradition or heritage or all that. That can be a fabric, but for say jewelry, there are different kind of techniques that we use, right? In India, there's a thing called kundan. It's kundan and polki is a particular traditional technique of setting the cut diamond pieces, and it is a certain way of doing that with colored glasses. And those cut diamond and colored glasses are set together in a certain way. And that tradition, that is a very old technique. But when we are creating the design, the design itself is very modern. So anybody can wear and feel great about it. But then the technique and the story is all very traditional, where the kings and princes and queens as used to wear in different era altogether. So it's just an example. I'm saying that.
No, that's very cool. And actually, it leads me to my next question. So, with all of your traveling, can you share a story from your journey that's deeply shaped House of Alkara's mission and creative vision?
So we have been traveling all over India to begin with because our unit is in Delhi. And my partner, who is absolutely genius, she's doing the manufacturing part, procuring stuff, and constantly with our artisans, creating whatever we are creating. She's behind the scene with our artisans family, and making sure everybody is on the same page. We both of us are traveling all over in India. Every year we do that few
Yep.
times to understand how things are happening. We are going to weavers and trying to weave fabric, not just hand painting on fabric, but we start from zero to something that you are wearing today. So when we go around these different kind of places, so we go to a palace, for example. We went to a palace, and that palace gave us so much ideas, creative ideas, because the lotuses, the mirror work, their whole design of creating that. There's so much there itself that it's like plethora of artwork and designs. We've got that idea. We've got a lot of ideas from there. I went to Italy, for example. There, I went to different places. From there as well, I got a lot of idea. In Amalfi Coast, I saw these wall design and frescoes kind of thing, and that gave me, oh my God, it blew my mind. And I came back and I wrote a blog on it, and I created a pendant out of that. Then
I'm
I went to,
jealous. You get to go everywhere.
and you know what, Barcelona, I went, and Gaudi's artwork and design and his creativity, entire park was created, a whole church was created based on his ideas and all that. I just went deep into his mind to understand how he was creating all that. I go to different museums. I go to There's endless places I go. I don't even know where to start from. It's so much. If I start talking about it, the whole hour will be gone. But yes, all that comes to me. I write down, write blogs, I have papers, pages, and all that, like a crazy, scientist, scratches here and there, and on tissue papers, napkins.
A
And I
true
keep that,
artist.
and then we start from there, and then I discuss, yeah.
That's amazing. And we love your brand because it's fun, it's beautiful, but like you were just saying, there's a story behind every single piece and the inspiration behind every single piece. But sustainability is also a huge part of your brand, and which obviously is huge to Madilyn James. So how do you practically incorporate eco-friendly practices into your production and packaging?
So as I mentioned earlier, all our recycled fabric, we put it in, it all goes into another in the process somewhere else, and then there they get um, uh, there are machines that are used to, you know, mix it, make it
Yep.
into small, small thing, tiny pieces. And that it's a whole production. It's another company who does that. So they they make the whole thing and then create paper bags. So we give our design to them, and then they create the paper bags based on that. It's time consuming, but once it is done, it is done. Then the boxes that we are now going to put it in our website are all recycled, different size and shape boxes. Then like the linen bags, small linen bags we are planning to create. And as we go along, we are thinking of creating t-shirts, easy mesh rugs, that you can wear anywhere, few other items. And more we do research on it and more you're, experimenting, we're trying to see how other things we can incorporate, like vegan leather is another thing. That something we are still working on. And another very interesting piece that we are already discussing, and it is not yet, we have not discussed it outside, but it is all something that we are talking about. And I want to just give you a little hint of that is that there are flowers, right? I mean, when you have flowers, what happens once the flowers decay or go bad? You just throw it out, right? These flowers can be put together and recycled as well. So there's so much flowers, right? It's nature. We are throwing it
Yeah.
out. What do we do with all that? And for example, in many countries where we worship God, we give flowers. So those flowers, it's like in tons and tons of flowers. Just in temples and churches. I don't know where all. In
Huh.
those places. Those flowers are taken out, recycled, and then incense or perfumes are created out of that.
Interesting.
So, so that is another thing that we may want to introduce, later in our journey. Um, so we are looking at different things that we can do to utilize what is already there, the waste, and create something out of that.
Very
So
cool.
it's a process. Recycle doesn't mean just we do this and this and that's it. It can be a million different things. If you have the intention, you will work towards it and you will find new ideas and then you incorporate it. Everything starts with a thought. So our thought and intention in our vision is all that. So we keep thinking in those directions and trying to see where all we can give a little bit of our that piece that help somewhere in our planet.
That is awesome. You are very creative. So you have some artisans and craftspeople, obviously, who bring your collections to life. How do you cultivate relationships with those people?
Frankly, they are like our family. So whatever we are doing, we are keeping them constantly in mind. Yeah, we take care of their health, we take care of their family, we take care of their other issues. If they have any issues, we are always there to guide them, help them, their children. We are also helping with their education. So since there's some festival going on right now, they wanted gifts and we gave them filtered water, the whole machine to
Yeah,
have filtered water, because then that will help them in, having a better health, not have, you know,
correct.
contaminated water. So we're keeping that in our mind all the time to keep them healthy as well as happy. Um, and our artisans, they're not in one place, they're in different places. So we go there and make sure that they have a better place where they're working and their environment is nice and comfortable. So we're taking care of all that behind the scene, and eventually probably we'll create a whole area for them to be together. But right now they're distributed.
Sure, makes sense. What challenges have you faced balancing the business demands of luxury retail with the creative freedom needed for your authentic art-inspired design?
Well, there are many challenges, but one challenge that comes to my mind is since we are big into sustainability, I would say ours is not fast fashion. We create everything from scratch in on small volumes. So the small batches help us keep us focused, and it's this limited edition thing that we are big into that. So every person who's wearing and wants to feel empowered, it's just one piece. They feel important because it's unique to them and nobody else has that same piece. Even in clothing also, the artwork is hand painted. So every piece is different. So we have a disclaimer in our site that every piece is different, and no two pieces are similar. So I mean, if somebody says, "Oh no, this flower position is different," and the other one, we can't help that because sometimes it's hand painted and the positioning may change.
Sure.
So that is why it is not mass market. These are the challenges we definitely face. But at the same time, it also gives that uniqueness and that interesting facet, another piece of it that, oh, this way because it's unique, one of a kind. So we try to make it as a positive thing and not a negative thing.
Totally agree. How do you see the role of storytelling in connecting customers to fashion that represents heritage, culture, and empowerment?
I think today's customers are much, much more aware. They
Mhm.
understand what they're wearing. They're very particular about it, and um, they want to see where this is coming from. If I'm wearing it, what is the purpose and what am I bringing out, So when the storytelling is there and the story, they understand the story, they feel fulfilled. They feel, yes, I'm wearing a piece that has so much, behind, there's a history behind. They feel fulfilled wearing it, and that meaning of wearing it, they are able to imbibe that, and they can talk about it, and that makes them feel even more empowered, that that it's a the storytelling gives them an opportunity to converse and convey that message.
Absolutely. So let's say I'm an aspiring entrepreneur and I want to build a brand rooted in authenticity and purpose, which is very true because I do. What advice would you give me?
um I would say just be true to yourself. I mean, if you're coming from authenticity and a brand that speaks about itself in a strong way, you have a very strong vision. You understand what you are bringing out. What is it that you want to convey to the world, to your customer? And that vision, if you're true to that, you everything will happen around it. You're bringing that energy into that vision and converting them into something tangible. So when you're doing that, that whole process, the passion behind it shows up. That is your authenticity, because you're not um, pushing that, you are conveying that, and somebody who's looking at you will understand where you're coming from. So I would sit down, as you are since you are coming from that, you're not going to push. It will be a slow, not even slow, it is like gradually on its way. It will develop, it will grow like a child growing, and you'll be taking care as a mother to that, and that process itself will do everything. You will not have to do anything out of the blue. And and believe me, when you're doing it this way, universe comes to you and helps you out. And the whole community, everybody is together in that. It's just a beautiful journey, believe me.
Thank you. That's a fantastic answer. So, looking ahead, what exciting new directions or collaborations can fans of House of Alkara expect to see?
So there are a few things that are unfolding at this point. Some I cannot discuss yet, but we are very excited. We are growing and getting the recognition that we want to get. Of course, it is always you feel happy when somebody or other people are recognizing the effort that you're doing. Right? There's so much behind the scene that we do. Not everybody can see it. It is always the
Right.
final product, right? So that is why the storytelling is very important, because they will know where you're coming, what all you have done. So yeah, there are a few things that we're collaborating, and we will eventually let everybody know that through our social media, and absolutely you will come to know first thing. And I would love to discuss that when it comes out. But we are doing some collaboration, and that's in the pipeline.
Speaking of your social media, how can our listeners find you? Is there anything you want them to know? Anything about an upcoming fall collection?
So yes, our fall collection behind the scene is going on right now, the shoot, and we will soon be uh, putting that in our social media, and our fall collection will be coming up in our website. houseofalkara.com. And our social media is also House of Alkara. And this time, our fall collection is about recognizing our Alkara women and also celebrating them. And some of the main emotions or the taglines for Alkara women are empowerment, being fearless, purity, grounded, freedom. So the clothing and the jewelry that are coming up will represent these emotions. For example, deep red, maroon color actually signifies empowerment. So there is a dress in that color, then the jewelry that goes with that, the gemstone that goes with that, all that will actually be signifying that particular emotion or that particular quality. So we'll start doing our promotion very soon.
Wonderful. And just because I'm curious before we let you go, what is your favorite piece that you've ever created?
Ah, it's like asking which one is your favorite child?
Totally get it. Is there one that sticks out to you that you
I would
just,
say my bomber jacket I'm wearing. This jacket
it's
I
so
really
funny you
like.
say that. Yep, I was looking at it a minute ago. Bomber jackets are a favorite of mine.
Yeah, so I'm wearing this one, so I love this. It's very comfortable, very light silk, made of silk, and it's just styled very fashionably, but it is also fun loving. But yeah, most of my pieces are my favorite. That's why
Right.
I'm making them.
That makes perfect sense. Well, thank you for being here with us today. We appreciate it, and we can't wait to hear more about your upcoming line.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate that. Thank you.